That's unfair.
I mean, he asked to turn around and participate, and you said he wasn't part of the
Now
subcommittee.
that's not your business. That's unfair.
Mr. Chairman.
We don't tell you how to conduct meetings over in the House, and we follow our procedure over here, and you know that. You know that. And I've got to ask the Senator from Lexington and then the Senator from Spartanburg, but please.
Ms. Haley, the question that you sort of didn't answer that was asked to you, the bell is caused to ring because of a member or members of the House requesting a roll call or asking for a vote. Now, the truth of the matter is, if you just give it a direct answer, yes or no, could you have raised your hand and asked for a roll call vote on any of those sections that the Senator just talked about at any time causing the bell to ring?
I and many other members of the House did ask for roll call on many sections of the budget, especially those.
And you were denied?
No, sir, we were allowed that.
But on the truth, the question is, it's very simple.
Yes, I asked for roll call votes on different sections.
Has there been any sections that you didn't ask for roll call vote?
Yes, but others did. And then there's some where sections are not asked, which is the whole point of this bill, so that everybody can see how.
Well, why didn't you ask for a roll call vote on everything like you're asking us to do?
Our budget is hundreds of pages long.
And ours is too, because it's the same budget.
What I'm asking is, very clearly, that every single vote be on the record. You can sit there and attack me and attack the way I am.
Not attacking you, I'm just asking you a question.
You're asking about my personal legislative record on the House floor.
You can cause the bell to ring.
And you can vote on this and pass it out to the Senate floor so that every senator can vote on it. We both have options, Senator Knotts. All I'm asking is, that you deserve to give all the senators.
I would just like you to walk the walk that you talk.
Sir, I have done that for 2.5 years, and I will continue to do that.
I hope you will.
I am very proud of the way I've handled myself in the House, and I think the fact that I was voted in by 83% of my district last year, the highest of any member of the House, would say a lot on that front.
And I talked to Ms. Representative Haley on the phone before I ever met her in person, and this was in December of 2008, I believe, and we discussed this. And so, I mean, it's been a while since she's been working on this. This isn't something she came up with. And I want to ask you a question. Did you know you were going to run for governor in December 2008?
No, I did not.
Okay, I needed that for my personal clarity. Anybody, any member of this body can ask for a roll call vote at any time. I know I can do that. But it shouldn't be my duty to have to go ask for a roll call vote on every bill. It shouldn't be my duty to have to go ask and ring the bell and have all these other senators looking at me, wanting to know why I'm calling for a roll call vote on their bill that nobody has a problem with. You know, under this logic, I guess today I need to go in there in the Senate and call for a roll call vote on everything. That's what I should do. But I think the bill that they're talking about passing, it keeps me or the senator from Greenville, senator from Edgefield, senator from Dorchester, senator from Beaufort, it keeps us from having to go ask for that. It outlines certain things that we need to have recorded votes on, and it singles out the ones that we don't. Like the introductions and announcements and resolutions that the lady spoke on before. It was here from the first time. And that's just the point I want to make, is I don't think, you know, there are constituent issues, but if I hear a bell ringing or a roll call, I know to come in there. I just want to say that.
Sure, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Senator.
In response to that, I don't believe you've ever been denied a roll call vote when you requested it.
That's not my point.
I know that's not your point, but the truth of the matter is, it's very easy to get a roll call vote.
Even people that don't like what I'm doing, they give me a roll call.
We'll give you, I raise my hand all the time for you to have a roll call vote.
Yes, sir.
Now, it's not the fact that anybody's trying to hide, it's just the fact that, like you said, if there's something nobody in the chamber disagrees with, and they say unanimous consent for passage of the bill. Unanimous means everybody, right? And you do have a right to go up and put your statement in the journal, or either if you have a disagreement with it, you can, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Senator Dorchester.
Well, Mr. Chairman, first of all, I agree with everything Representative Haley has said today. But secondly, I want to say I've been denied a roll call vote. I was distracted by the senator to the left. Within 3 seconds, There was a voice vote.
Is that Senator Schumann you talking about?
No, not this. I'm talking about where I was sitting. And then I asked unanimous consent for roll call vote because it was done so quickly and I wanted a roll call vote. Now it's denied. Now fortunately, Senator Shaheen stood up, you may recall this, and said, having voted on the prevailing side, I moved that we reconsider, and we got a roll call vote. Now, I just don't want people to think that all the senators think that we are not denied roll call votes, or there's not manipulation to deliberately avoid the roll call votes.
And I want to also what I was asking earlier, and with all due respect, any time a unanimous consent request is made, a unanimous consent request, it's in our chamber or the House chamber, it only takes one senator or one House member in that case. One House member becomes more disproportionately powerful in that respect in the House because there's 124 of them, 123, not counting one that's presiding. But the mathematical side of it is they are more powerful because it only takes one. It only takes one to trigger something else. And that's what I was asking earlier. If the requirement for a roll call on every section of the budget was so important, why didn't one member object to the routine? I could go through the House Journal and count them, but there's probably several hundred sections of the budget that were adopted by unanimous consent, not by roll call. Several hundred.
Senator, let me just say that this should not be a procedural obstacle course that is so complex that even most of us senators can't keep up with it or figure it out.
There's nothing.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you.
There's nothing complex about the presiding officer saying, does any member object?
Senator, I think this whole discussion and all these rules and all these exceptions and all these things we got to do on all these bills is very complex and it's hard and impossible to keep up with. I've been denied a roll call vote, and we ought to be figuring out how to make happen what the people want, not figuring out
Give our best, President, to your colleagues.
I will, and I do personally want to thank you for having this hearing today. I realize that y'all are in the busy part of the session. I also want it to be very clear that we only have about 3 weeks left for this to become permanent law. And if we've gone through the House, I would again respectfully ask that you allow this to be debated on the Senate floor. If for some reason you continue to push for your rule to water this down, then I would ask for one of the other senators in the room to please consider making sure that the pure version of this bill is brought to the Senate floor. It is that important, and I hope that you will consider and change your mind. Thank you very much for your time.